everyone. Welcome to Studiositas On-Air. So welcome to our second episode. And for this episode, we'll have a closer look to our graduating students in the College of Communication. I am Perie Arlos, the chairperson of Studiositas, and together with me is our Studiositas advisor, Professor Shiela Quero.
Yes,
Hi,
thank you
ma'am.
so much. Yes, thank you, Perry, for inviting me here. And I'm really glad that we are continuing the organization's major project, which is the Jositas on Air. But this time, the online edition. And I would like to invite everyone to please like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel. So, Perry, it's time for you to introduce our guests. Do the honors, please.
So it is my honor to introduce to you our three guests for today, the three outstanding students from the different division in the College of Communication. Let's start with the Broadcasting Division. We have Nong John Aubrey Jamero. He is the top broadcasting student in school year 2018 to 2019, a civil service exam passer, professional level 2018, and currently the copywriter of Prometheus Production. Our journalism division, we have Nung Greg Nicole Sala. Nung Greg is the vice chairperson for internal affairs to the WVSU Sandigan ng Mag-aaral para sa Sambayanan, also known as SAMASA, a student intern, a news correspondent in the Philippine Daily Inquirer, and the representative of West Visayas State University in the International Electronic Service or Learning Programs November cycle. And last but not the least, from the Development Communications Division, we have Nung Sam Sydryk Dealagdon, the research presenter in the 9th ADCEP Research Conference and Scientific Meeting at Mindanao State University, Iligan Institute of Technology, the current Public Committee Deputy in the WVSU Development Communicator Society, and was also the Vice Chairperson for Internal Affairs on the same organization on the year 2019 to 2020.
You know, Perry, I still recall when you were just a freshman. No? These three gentlemen were also invited to become to be your inspirational speakers. And right now, we would like to know them better, no, and would like to find out what happened to them, no, for
Yes,
2 years
ma'am.
of being in the pandemic. Okay, so hello, gentlemen. How are you doing?
Hello, everyone. Good day.
Hi. We
Hi, ma'am.
missed
Good
Hello,
you
morning.
everyone.
in the
Hello.
college.
Good day.
Yes.
So, kamusta mga manongs?
Mm-mm.
So, kamusta ang life? Kamusta ang life as a graduating student?
I think life as a graduating student, since first year to third year, we have been juggling with academic responsibilities with our organizations, of course, and extracurricular activities. But now that we're graduating, may extra burden because we're facing thesis. And it's something that requires so much time. It takes up so much of your time. It requires dedication. So I think life as a graduating student, it is very much difficult, but I would rather call it challenging na lang siguro, no? Because at the end of the day, through this endeavor, we will learn not only time management, but we will also be more focused sa ating nga craft, which can be utilized when we become professionals someday.
Great. So, Aubrey?
Hello sa inyo.
Yes.
Life, for me, life as a graduating student, well, we all have our personal struggles. And we all have different situations coping up in this pandemic. And personally, today, nowadays, the most difficult part of learning is to find the motivation to learn because aside from minsan hindi tayo motivated to learn, especially remote learning modality today. And aside from this, graduating student have to comply with academic requirements, attend online classes. And for me, I am a working student, so I have to focus to working and also attend classes. Well, for me, it is really challenging, but we just have to find our pace and be motivated. And because today, the remote learning setup is an independent learning that we have to take it as a opportunity to learn. That's it, ma'am.
Yes. Greg?
Ayun, once again, thank you so much, Perie. Thank you so much, Ma'am Keros. Thank you, Studiositas, for having us here. I'm very glad to be back and to share my insights. So, how's life as a graduating student? To be honest, kapwe is an understatement to to say no. Pero I think the hardest thing is that juggling internship and thesis together. Okay, do medyo mabugat. Pero there are unexpected turns, but the thought of lapit na lang will always be the greatest motivation. So I think makaya hasta sa graduation.
Oh, no? You know what? Okay, you have barely 3 months, right? Before you leave, no? The College of Communication. So you have not only adjusted with the college years, but you also thrived. So what about this pandemic? Now, how did the pandemic change your perception about student life or life in general?
As for me, ma'am, there are actually a lot of challenges, but allow me to narrow it down with just four,
Yes.
no, two positives and two
Yes.
negatives. Well,
Okay.
the two positives are na-realize ko throughout the pandemic na learning can be flexible, gali, no. Nasanay kita sa usual setup na face-to-face, pero amo na ganina mention ni Aubrey kagina, no, he is a working student. So amo man ang mga mayo nga naobra naton this pandemic no ang masabay naton ang aton nga personal life, ang aton obra kag ang pag-eskwela. Pero although it's really flexible, no, it's also very time consuming as well. So it's a matter of juggling your time to manage your time as well. And the other positive thing is that we get to pay more attention with our mental health and our well-being. So before, it was really not, the thought of having your mental health stable is being neglected by everyone. Pero sa pandemic, hindi mas na-realize na how important it is to take care of ourselves and also to check on ourselves and to check with our loved ones. That's the most important thing that I really that change that I really appreciated during this pandemic. No, nga we get to check on ourselves and we get to prioritize our mental health. And the negative things, let me start by just saying that physical learning is essential. No, as for me, I
The
know I
life.
always can do better when we are face to face, and I know nga mas may maubra ko tani kung face to face, no, and I'm really calling for for face to face mayo man kay nagabalik na kag ang aton nga mga iban nga departments naga face to face naman ang may mga lab, because as for me it is very essential because there are different learning strategies sang students, no, and some really find it hard to cope with this learning style. And the last thing I think na negative is opportunities are really limited sa amuni nga setup. Well, way back before sang face-to-face kita, there are a lot of activities pero di kay ginpagbawal ang face-to-face nga mga programs and activities. So napunggan man ang mga opportunities natin sa pag-join sa mga amuna nga activities, no. Pero just to wrap up everything, no, I always got my faith in me. Amo na ang nagapabakod sa kon, even though there are challenges, there are unexpected turns, still I have my faith. Thank you.
Wow. What about the others? Thank you for sharing, Greg.
Hello, ma'am. As
Yes.
for me, somehow the pandemic changed my perspective when it comes to learning because it taught me how to be independent in discovering new things and learning new things on my own. And also, the pandemic taught me how to be patient, to take small steps, and to consider it one step at a time, focus on one thing. And it's all about perspective, ma'am. For me, if we look at it in a positive way, the pandemic, during the pandemic, we have our free time to do the things that we have to do, we have to finish, or do the things that we want. So for me, it's a matter of perceiving every challenge, the challenge of this pandemic, into a opportunity to learn. But the most important lesson that I have learned this pandemic is to be kind, to be considerate with others that struggle, because it's not just hindi lang kami nga mga graduating student ang struggle, but everyone.
Yeah.
And I have learned that in this time of pandemic, we have proven that by working together, helping each other, we can achieve great things, and we can achieve these things together because we are helping each other gabuliganay kita tanan during this difficult time.
Yeah, that's correct. No, we really have to work together. What about Sam?
As for me, siguro, the pandemic has changed my perspective in a way that I got to be more appreciative of human relationships, knowing that we are DevCom students and our discipline is anchored in human relationships. Those times nga ginapagbawalan kita nga magwa, those times where we were forced to stay at home, dumabog yung ako sa balay, and our only means of communication is through digital communication. Before, communication was something that I took for granted, but this pandemic has made me realize that human beings as we are social beings, and therefore we should find ways to fulfill our social needs. And we have to be more appreciative paghatag sang value sa human relationships or sa communication in keeping our sanity and of course in fulfilling our potentials as human being because ang relationships natunan ko sa College of Communication is very essential din para sa personal growth and development sa isa ka tao. So
And
that's it.
yeah, and there you realize really the importance of communication. That if you want to thrive, to survive, you really have to communicate. And especially that our students are very sociable. You want to go out, communicate. No, this is really challenging. The pandemic is really challenging.
So yes, no. So we can say good nga. College is the experience. So having survived your years or the college years, what is what is the best thing that the College of Communication has taught you in your life today? So we can
Thank you
start
for
with
that.
Aubrey.
Thank you for that question. Siguro, the College of Communication taught me how to be the best. To be the best, simply to do my best in everything that I do. So the professors, the faculty of COC always reminds us that we are not just upholding the name of the college, but the entire university. Mabatian nga ni naton sila nga maghambal. Nakita maghambal mismo nga ang mascom hindi lang puro pagwapo, pagpagwapa. And we the students are practicing what our mentors are teaching us. And also I just want to mention ang tanan niya professors and the faculty that they taught us how to be mindful, especially on our personal growth and how we communicate with each other and sa iba namon nga mga kilala, friends, sa iba nga mga tao, being mindful is can help us communicate effectively, and also ang guidance ng aton mga professor sa COC is really helping us, especially in this situation of the pandemic, that they are very considerate. So I think that's it.
How about nung Sam?
I think one thing that I will be forever grateful sa College of Communication is that the college taught me to believe more in myself. Being in the college for 4 years and being surrounded with brilliant and talented individuals, doon nag-radiate ang energy sa imo and you have no choice but to push yourself to your limits and para ma-fulfill ang imong potentials. Before, I was kind of aloof, hindi gid ko ya parahambal nga klase tao, but because of the College of Communication, I learned to develop my self-confidence. And subong agay today joining you guys and sharing my experiences. And that's one thing that I will forever be indebted to College of Communication because I realized that there's nothing wrong with being expressive. There's nothing wrong with socializing with other people, with being who you are, with talking to other people. And na-realize ko lang inasang nagtapak ako sa College of Communication. So that's one thing that I'm most grateful about.
Yes, no. So how about nung Greg?
Ayun, so again, there are a lot, no, damo-damo, gid nga learnings ang balunon ko halin sa college naton. Pero if I'm going to narrow it down again to just three, the first thing is that it is not enough that you're academically excellent. Amo gid na ang napamatud-an sa COC, no, nga hindi nga learning, wala nag-stop ang learning sa silod sang classroom. You need to extend it because actually damo-damo ka mabalaan sa sagwa sang classroom kag you will be ma-apply mo man ang mga learning mo sa classroom, mag-abot ka na sa sagwa, no, sa reality. So as for me, kay I am actually more active outside the classroom than inside the classroom. So amo gid na ang balon-balunon ko no nga ang pagiging sociable ko nga as a communication students we are really taught to value communication. So amo na human relations and communication. And the second one is that as for my department, every story is an opportunity. So before entering journalism, hambal ko mahilig lang ko magsulat. Pero wala ko na-realize ang value and weight ng pagsulat ko, no? Pero as time goes by, na-realize ko nga every story gali is an opportunity to share. Every story that you write gali is the truth of another person or your case study. So writing is very powerful. That's one thing nga na-realize ko sa department ko no sa journalism, because it's not just your own story to tell. You are writing for injustices. You are writing for every poor Filipinos. You are writing for everyone who's struggling. So writing is very powerful. So amo gina na-realize ko nga balon-balunon ko gid as a San-Ono nga writing is indeed very powerful weapon. And the last thing, I guess, ang pinaka-simple pero I guess pinaka-important man, the value of helping other people. And sa COC, amo man ang na-realize nga help is given when you ask for it. So before entering college, naisip ko, kaya ko ni ako lang isa. Pero no, there are a lot of people who are willing to help, willing to extend their helping hand to help you improve and to help you grow. So hindi gid mag-hesitate to ask for help. If hindi na kaya, admit it. And if you need help, just ask for it.
Okay, so I can really relate, Perie, as an alumna of the College of Communication. The strength of character was developed in me because I was a student also of the College of Communication. Medyo naging kapal na mukha mo. Not just that, nagiging confident ka with your abilities, with your intelligence, and how you deal with people. That's correct, no? Sa mga ginpang-mention ninyo and what you shared. Now, one short answer for this one. What is that one thing that you will miss the most sa College of Communication? Okay? You will leave us na in 3 months, no? So what is that one thing na ma-miss nyo? One lang. Make sure don't copy the answer, Just one unique thing that you will miss. Sino ma-start? Sino gusto mag-answer?
Sige, ako na lang, mama.
May ma-miss ginawan ko mo. Okay, anyway, sige, Greg.
Ako daw may isa, kito ka mamiss sa DevCom.
Wow.
Hindi ko lang pagpangalanan.
DevCom?
Hindi, joke lang.
Okay.
Hindi, joke lang, ma'am.
Wow.
Pero aside sa energy, isang taga-COC, no, and ang mga profs, I think the major thing nga ma-miss ko gid sa college is hosting. Because diragit ko nag-start, no, amo gid na ang pinakagrabing opportunity nga ginhatag sa akon sang COC, no, nga through that na build up akong character and confidence ko. That's one thing that I'm really grateful sa COC, kay gingaan ko nila opportunities to host ang events, mga major events, not just sa college, no, pero university-wide. And dira ko gid nahasa pagid akon nga speaking skills kay di ba Jorn ako mamba sila nagasulat ka lang man muna pero through my hosting, no, and through exposure sa public speaking, sa pagiging DJ, na nahasa ako ginan. That's one thing nga ma'am, mahitlawan ko gid ang crowd pagka host ako.
Okay, that energy, no, the cheers. Aubrey.
Oh, ma'am.
Okay.
I will miss one thing, and one thing is everything, because
Wow.
damo nga dapat i-mention. So maybe if I will mag-graduate ko few years from now, if I look back COC, kung makita mo lang ang building na you will miss everything. You will reminisce ang tanan niya nagkalatabo, especially during class. Example lang, mama, the role playing sa MC1, the rehearsal sa live radio production, TV production, sa dalaganay, kung magbasa ng mga script, tapos kapila sa faculty, to magpa-check sa ating mga advisors and all. Muna mga things na ma-miss ko gid. And I'm so lucky to have experienced it before the pandemic. Kay subong, hindi na ang iba hindi na maka-experience sa muna. But hopefully this April, makabalik na ang face-to-face classes and experience mo nila ang face-to-face kung ano man gid ang ma-offer sa COC sa ila.
Mabalikan na nilang building araw sa background ko. Na-miss nyo na I'm sure.
Yes,
Sam.
ma'am.
I think, as for me, one thing that I will miss most about the College of Communication is the feeling of representing your college. Being one of the smallest colleges sa university in terms of population, wala ka choice kundi ipabugal mo bigya ang College of Communication or pupon ba sa pawan kasi ang ibang nga college, ang mga tao sa College of Communication niya is very confident, and I think ang bright sides ng pagiging gamay sa College of Communication in terms of population is that we get to be more acquainted in a much deeper sense sa aton ng mga college mates, sa aton professor, to the point na we're not only building a college but a family. So that's one thing that I will miss most sa College of Communication when I graduate.
And speaking of representing the college, mas hindi ka balo mag-football, nag-football sa mga sports event, remember? Wala na choice, tingnan nyo yung i-represent yung college. Okay, wow. Dumanog tapos na kita, no? So how time flies. So Perie, you still have your last question for our guests?
Yes, ma'am. So,
Mhm.
since application for our university is still going, so
Mhm.
let's say, Ambi, you are talking to a student, an aspiring student in our college, what will be your message to that student? So, let's start with nung Sam from representing Devcom.
I think if I'm talking to a high school student, I would tell him or her na if you love communication in general, and if you want to use your passion for communication or communication prowess for the greater good in serving your community, in representing the underrepresented, in serving the vulnerable, the excluded, the disenfranchised individuals, then you are called to be a DevCom. As defined by the mother of development communication, the late Dr. Nora C. Cabral, development communication is the science of human communication applied to the transitioning of communities from poverty in all its form to a dynamic overall growth that fosters equity and the unfolding of individual potential. So if kung ikaw ang klase sang tao nga may mga advocacy, gusto mo sang pagbago sa imong mga palibot, and you want to instigate that change sa paggamit sa imong mga communication skills, then we will be happy to welcome you sa aming department, sa Division of Development Communications ng College of Communication.
So how about from nung Aubrey for representing broadcasting division? So my division also.
What I'll say to an aspiring broadcasting student, simple lang, follow your passion, follow your own voice. Because if you choose to enter the College of Communication for that passion of yours to be the voice of not just the people, but also to be the watchdog of our government and to tell the story of the truth sa society, then you made the right choice. Definitely in COC. Don't hold back. Don't think twice. Don't hesitate. Because if you think na the best ka na masulod ka sa COC, I think you'll be surprised because the college will mold you to become a better person, capable of achieving great things in life. Kay basta taga West Masco, the best.
Yes. And last from the journalism division, let's hear from Greg.
Ayun, so if I'm facing someone nga i-encourage ko gid nga mag-journo or nagaduwa-duwa pa mag-journ, I just want to tell that student nga, remember that there is no such thing as small or little dreams. No dreams are bigger than the other. All dreams are big. You might be judged and doubted by many for choosing your passion over practicality, but wait until doing what you love pays for your bills. Expect to be looked down by many for being just a writer, but as always sa journalism, silence them with your words and victories. I know you are just starting your story and there are many ways to write your lead, but as what the hourglass structure of writing suggests, we always end strong. Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you very much. And of course, we will also want to clarify that if they enter the College of Communication, they will not just only be a radio broadcaster, a TV announcer. It's not limited in traditional media. We have DevCom, they can go to the communities. And right now we have emerging media. Now they can work as a social media content creator. There are so many opportunities for them. So if they want to be the next anchor, journalist, video editor, um, what else? Oh, lawyers. Yeah, lawyers. Speaking of lawyers, we have a lot of bar passers just today. So they are from the College of Communication. Yes, and if you want those things, if you want to communicate and help the community, you are all welcome here at the College of Communication. So thank you very much to our gentlemen for sharing your time despite the gloomy weather that we have. And hopefully that we can see you there very much successful. And don't forget to go back to COC and also share what you have experienced to our students. Okay? Thank you
Oh,
so
yeah.
much.
Yes, we
Thank you
would
for
like to
having us,
thank
ma'am.
our guests.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you so much, Nong Aubrey, Nong Greg, and Nong Sam. Thank you for
very
your
much.
time today. And we wish you all the best. Few months from now, you will be leaving the
Wow.
gates of the university and you will be starting a new journey in your life. So with love and pride, Studiositas and the COC is so proud of you for all your achievements, no matter how big and small.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
also, thank you to our viewers for this episode. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe also our Facebook and YouTube. We are at WVSU Studiositas Honor Society. And if you want to be part of our this series, you can email us at the cocstudiositas@gmail.com. So with that, thank you again, everyone. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much also. Thank you.
Yay. Thank you.